going on, guys? Today is Tuesday, June 23rd. I finally got it where you can see my cursor, so now I can finally start explaining more things. It's a live day trading video. I got the hard coffee today. It's the Honduras with tasting notes. It's a fully washed Honduras Santa Barbara. Tasting notes of pear, cream, and lychee. Got the coffee here. I will resume once the market opens. Of course, we got Frank Ocean bumping right now, but of course. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the market is open. We shall see what wants to materialize. But now you can finally see my cursor, so you can see where I'm looking at. I'll start to explain more things, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to take 8 shares short of SONO if it will allow me to. Okay, good. Alright, so I'm short 8 shares on SONO, SONO. I think it wants to come down now. It's sold off, pulled back up, and now it's kind of turning back around. My stop is pretty much kind of at the highs right here, around a little bit higher than that actually. Not that high. Maybe delete that. I don't know why it won't let me, but it's my stop's pretty much at like 14, 15 or so, and I think it's going to come down, make a new low. Well, this is a strategy I typically trade. It goes, sells off, tries to move higher, gets rejected at like the VWAP, or just gets rejected moving higher, and then turns back around. And the idea is that, you know, it tried to go higher, but it failed. So the only place to go is just down like that. So we'll see what it wants to do. I'm short 8 shares. If you guys want to practice trading without, you know, using money or in a simulator, just read this level 2 here. These are the buyers. So these are everyone who wants to buy the stock at a certain price, and the volume. So how many shares, like how big the order is. And here are the sellers. And this is where you see the supply demand in real time. And then this up here is called the time and sales. This is the actual transactions and exchanges being printed out. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the stock's going. Alright, I'm going to take 1 share short of Spotify. It looks like it wants to come down here. I'm in at 244.90, so looking for it to come down. Stop will be right up here at around 246.89, so about $1.50, a little bit more than that. So see what it wants to do. Quick update on SONO. SONO's looking pretty good. Started selling off, which I want to see. So I want to see it go for a new low. So that's what I want to see. I want to see on this 5-minute chart, it just kind of keep going down. So I just want to see a nice continuation down like that or so. Okay, so there goes the Spotify short. Market just kind of fell down. Let's see if I could adjust it here. Yeah, so market kind of just made that new low. Same with the NASDAQ. And bigger name companies like Spotify, and, you know, the tech companies that are pretty much driving these indices in the market, you know, they fall through. If the market falls, so will they. So this is a pretty exaggerated sell-off. I'm going to cover there. Alright, so I'm all out there on Spotify, quick $1.57. And of course, the only difference between $1.57 is just how much I want to risk. But as a learner and a beginner, I'm not trying to risk that much, and I'm not trying to gain that much. I make my money off swing trading, investing, other stuff. So I have a job, so I'm not, you know, money is not my concern, and I have all the time in the world. That's not true, but I have a lot of time. So, but here's SONO. It's getting ready to make a new low. I'll resume once it kind of materializes. Alright, so this is a pretty important learning lesson. It's just, if you look at the 1 minute here, it just kind of ripped up, right? It had this massive move up, and I'm posting on Instagram on my coffee account, so I wasn't really paying attention because I thought it was pretty stable. But you never, typically, again, no absolutes in the stock market, you never really want to get out on a massive move up, because usually it's called a fat finger when someone, or an institution, or just someone who owned the share either wanted to own it, either they purchase a lot, like what just happened, or they're selling a lot, and it's usually exaggerated. It's and it's not in that equilibrium. So there has to be some type of pullback. So you just want to monitor it, see what's going on. But it does look like I'm going to have to stop out here. Maybe this is just a short squeeze, which is pretty typical of the setup. A short squeeze is when people like me are short the stock. When they see kind of a massive move up, they panic, fear, and they cover. But you know, the smarter investors, if I'm right, will hold through and just let it, you know, rise. And you can always add to your position up here. I'm not going to add because I just don't feel comfortable doing that. We'll see what it wants to do. It needs to kind of break this 1395 level, retest it, and then go back. All right, guys, just a quick update on the recording. Some of the audio got cut up and the audio kind of froze and the recording froze, but an update on SONO. I set a stop order at 1412 to stop myself out. It's kind of coming down now. We'll see if it wants to make a nice sell-off. If it does, I'll make money. If not, I'll take the quick loser. But that's it for today's video. I want to get going with my day. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button because the YouTube algorithm will pick it up and show it to more people. Comment down below what you traded today and if you enjoyed the video. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Every subscription for me is another step on my journey to financial freedom. With that said, I will see you mañana.